Hades! Farewell, especially if all the details must be exactly as before. Best leave this one to us, Malinui. We're pleased to see you here. Your father can administer his blessings and take his mind off of everything. Isn't that right, Hades? It's all right, Hades. Things were quite recently much worse, and we've weathered worse storms. Why all the urgency? But to answer more directly, Malinui, the satyrs and such all flee from us on sight, often with little goat-like screams. We were told they would cease their weavings for a while. You don't believe it, do you, though, Hades? Malinui, what do you make of this new age the fates foretold? You know you have some mortal blood in you. Perhaps it's for the best. Wait to reveal my entire plan, Hades. We just wanted to say hi, Malinui. Since we can't exactly have you over at the house for now. He's going to have difficulty keeping all of them at bay if there's no telling when court shall reopen, though. You have my blessings as well, you know that, don't you, Malinui? Unfortunately, I'm not supposed to offer you the more tangible kind while we're cleaning up after Kronos. Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I take after my own mother more than I sometimes let on. A morale boost. I suppose they do enjoy this type of violent entertainment over there. Well, as long as Malinui and Zagreus are open to it, please, take it. Oh, stop it, Hades. Surely we can make good on Malinui's request sooner than that. You know better than anyone that the toil never ends, so the moments of reprieve have to be seized when they present themselves. Daughter, Malinui, welcome. Hello, greetings. You're here. It's you. Hades, look. Hello, daughter. Isn't he? I think he does. He remembers. Careful now. He probably won't. The very best. She's all right. He's resting up. Good boy, Cerberus. That's the way. You too, my baby girl. Only because of you. Oh, daughter, you take care too. Hello. The old one, at least. Oh, thank you. We could use it. We'll need it. You must have been an adorable little girl, but you're not so bad right now. One of these days or nights we'll have to tidy up this particular chamber, Hades. Go show that possibility of Kronos whose side of the family is really in charge here. Oh, Malinui, you're back. We thought we might find you here. Well, Hades did. I never would have guessed. I asked your father to prioritize the renovation of this chamber, if this is to be the place where we meet up now and again. And do you know what he said? Oh, thank you, this is perfect! Our supply back at the house has disappeared. Perhaps Kronos had a taste for it. Thank you, daughter. We could certainly make use of this. Hades had a particular idea for it, in fact. Such a fine bottle. We graciously accept. You know, you remind me of your brother sometimes. Solitude is not always such a bad thing, but certainly it couldn't have been easy on you. And now you have us too. This is ambrosia, and with such a hue as could have only come from the source. Daughter, thank you. A celebration an eon from now would leave us with plenty of time for preparation, so why not, Hades? Ambrosia such as this ought to age nicely till then. It's we who should be asking this of you. When you were born, Hades and I thanked the fates that we were blessed with such a child, but we had positively no idea. Our daughter, part of the unseen. Officially, Hades and I aren't even supposed to know of you, where you reside. Nothing. Nyx herself would be the first to say it's useful for the underworld to instill in others a certain kind of fear. But I feel so fortunate we know you not just from whispered tales of vengeance, but for who you are, Malinui. That little poem we gave you. We commissioned a very small number using only the finest gemstones, and always meant for you to have one once you were of age. Palms are said to have that effect. One could eat just a handful of their seeds and never want to leave the underworld again. The skull Rival. Nyx once offered it to me for my protection just in case. I never would have thought it would protect me even while not in my care. Well, whether the fates already predetermined this or I'm deciding it right now, no thank you. If the Argent Skull has gotten you this far, then you two make a proper team. Given her charge, we're not really supposed to be seen sipping ambrosia together at this point, though the same is true of you. We do hear about her, but respect her privacy. Well, I think we can find a way to get the occasional message through the veil, right, Hades? Hecate shall always have our gratitude. She saved our little daughter, after all. Sometimes I wish we could spend more time together, you know? But then I recall how it was for me growing up. Just don't forget we're here if you need anything. I'm glad. Your grandmother Demeter and I, we had our difficulties now and then, but it's been better since I moved down here. My grand conclusion from it all is simply that children need their space, as hard as it is to let them go. Malinois, you're all grown up. But then, of course you are. Oh, my heart. I do. You were insatiably curious as a child, and sometimes too much even for me to handle, so Zagreus and Kronos, they often helped take care of you. Dear Hecate, my handmaiden, who said anything about forgiveness? I've never heard such pain in you. Last I recall in this life, just before Kronos struck, your task was to protect our daughter at all costs. And you did. You did. Granted. We're not finished with you, Kronos. They say time heals all wounds. Prove it. My beautiful daughter. We were just talking about you. How you were as a child, both in this life and the other. Growing up is so difficult, and you had to do it twice. And I shall eagerly await getting to know this other side of you even better. And, Hecate, you're certain it's no burden to you to continue looking after her, just in case? Then it's settled. And, Malinois, for what it's worth, I likewise opted not to live at home when I was in my youth. Working with Kronos on this new venture of his, you've been instrumental in altering time as we know it, so you're certainly the best fit to keep things that way. You were born for much more, but we'll do our share. Cerberus has already taken to prancing through the fields of his own accord, and your father and I shall not be far. As for your brother, well, he always turns up. An adjustment is putting it mildly. Now go make your rounds, and I'll see you off before you depart. I love you, baby girl. It's very different in my case. In this life, one moment I was a new mother, and now I'm not. For what it's worth, you were always an adorable baby, Malinois. Easy there, Cerberus. You're bearing my aspect of the skull revolve, and making use of our family's jeweled palm. I'd hoped that we could aid you, but not expected this to be the way. Even if that other past is merely what could have been, the memories are real, and I'll cherish them, alongside the memories that we've been making since. You fought with your brother again. In another life, I was surprised how well the two of you got on when you were growing up. Perhaps since he was older. Well, no need to go easy on him. Just as long as it's only for show. I'd say we've had our fill of real infighting in our family for the foreseeable future. We figured that would help to keep him occupied, seeing as we haven't been able to take in as many newcomers as we once did. Wanted to mention, Achilles sends his greetings and well wishes. Says he fondly recalls the practice bouts you had with Zagreus. Might have had. He and the other house servants are doing better lately. I think he did take it hard in his way. His responsibility is to protect the house, but Kronos was too much for him. For any of us. Perhaps gods such as we, or heroes such as Achilles, need the world to remind us to have a little humility from time to time. Do you remember how you used to play with Cerberus as though he were your trusty steed? At least he's still getting plenty of activity thanks to you. The more the better, I suppose. You were always our princess growing up in that other past. Perhaps we weren't quite as strict with you as Hecate. You're of course so much like the daughter I remember from the other past we shared or dreamed. But the small ways in which you're different from that Malinois are fascinating. You seem more mature, in control. I always wondered to what extent we are who we are down to the core, or whether it's our surroundings and upbringing that shapes us. The truth may lie somewhere in the middle. Nyx doesn't always show it, but she's very grateful for everything you've done, you know. You're even using her own aspect of Cassinthe. It's a good thing she isn't too prideful. Well, the original reason your father came here at all was to alleviate some of that burden. And to think, presiding over the entire underworld was only part of her responsibilities. Thank you for helping her.